am too.
Welcome back to One Non-Blonde. I'm your host, Kim, and tonight I have the Texas Cheney. Woohoo! In the house. Woohoo! Wee-hoo! Wee-hoo! I said, woo-hee! Where's it?
Woo-wee.
Woo-hee! I cannot spell that. Woo-wee! I can't spell that. What did I?
W-O-O-O-O-W-E-E-E.
Yeah, every time I send it, it's like the spell check wants to change everything. Like, what?
Spell check would have a hard time with that one. I just was talking to my Uncle Jim the other day, and I got that from him when I was a kid. He used to always walk around, woo-wee. Yeah, that's what he would do. That was, and I was talking to him about it the other day. He acted like he forgot about it, but he's just getting old. God bless him. He's 90 years old, and he is one tough man.
Oh my gosh,
that's amazing. A good guy. Yep. Yeah.
Oh, so he's doing okay with this COVID then?
Mm-hmm. Yes, he is. Yes. Yep.
90 years old. Nothing's going to stop him. He's going to kick his ass.
God, he is a tough man. He really is.
So since I've talked to you last, I know you've been really busy. Even though we've been in lockdown, you seem to be like out and about, out and a boot.
Yeah. I've been doing a lot of submissions and auditions online. You know, nothing's in person right now. And I've got a lot of good things going on that I can tell it's going to be probably all dropped in my lap at one time when the COVID-19's lifted. I can see it. And if that happens, I'll just choose the ones I think is most lucrative and best for my career. And I think any smart actor would do that, you know, pick the better one.
Well, that's true. It is true. So, but, you know, not very many actors have the opportunity to say, I have so many things in the fire, irons in the fire. Yeah. What, you know, like you got a great look, obviously, and you've got this personality that is so big. So, I mean, what do you think that draws people besides that? I mean, what's your secret weapon, do you think?
No, it's really simple. I just I treat everybody equally. I can talk to the millionaire or I can talk to the bum on the road. You know, I treat them like I would expect to be treated if I was in their position. And I just use there's really no technique. It just comes natural. I just try to treat people equally and try, not that I'm getting on their level. I just like to get to the position, you know, try to symbolize with them where they're at in their life and let them know any good positive notes I have towards making a plus out of their life in any way I can, no matter if it's, you know, digging a ditch or wrestling or doing acting for a motion picture, you know, whatever it may be. I guess, you know, I've been told that before, and it makes me feel really good that I was raised that way, that I can just, you know, make people like me. And I'm not trying. I feel like I'm just a good person, and the good of me, I guess, comes out, and it makes me very happy to hear people feel that way. Thank you.
No, you do. I mean, from the first time I met you, via phone, obviously, you're just so easy to talk to. You're fun.
Ann says I get mean to her sometimes, but we'll keep that on the DL. I'm just kidding.
I know. Well, Ann, where's Ann? Ann left, so she's fair game now. So you have this lovely wife, Ann. So tell us about Ann.
Oh, she's in there under my socks right now. I told her she had to do that before my dinner was ready, and my so she's on a routine. No, really, she's she respects me that much. She lets me stay in the office, so there's no interruption in our meeting. But I can just yell for her. She's in the next room. But she's been very good for me. She's always been on my back, helping me, always plus, and just, you know, I just can't say enough good stuff about how positive and influential and driving she is for me. You know, she really does help. She it's like she's got a job and she's doing it well.
Well, yeah. I one thing I used to say, you know, I think that's a secret too. Like when people are, especially when you're doing like you're changing careers. I mean, essentially you're changing careers, and when you have a supportive spouse or significant other in your life, it helps because then you don't feel that pressure of like, oh, I'm a disappointment. Maybe it's not working out. Maybe I should be doing this.
Oh yeah. Yeah, she's like this morning. I told her I was, I've been losing some weight. And I've lost since March 1st. I've lost about 19 pounds because I'm trying to shred now. I remember me telling you all about that before. So I'm down to 260 from 279. So I've lost almost 20 pounds. And she's really happy for me. And some people would just get jealous and they just they'd be like, oh, I don't want to hear about it. But she's happy for me. It makes me feel good. So. And always, positive stuff. And, I'll be honest with you. She is just the most simple woman you'll ever meet. And she dresses really good. But me, I'm going to tell you, excuse my French, but I mean, when I go out, I whore up. I got my bling bling, and I've got to have the $200 jeans and the $1,000 boots. And that's just how I am when I go out. I really want to dress to kill because that is how I like to do things. And I'm not trying to impress people. It makes me feel good about me. And she has the funnest, she has the funnest time with it because she's like, your closet's bigger than mine. You got more shoes than I got. I'm like, yeah, I know all this. And we have the best time, before we go out, we'll be having our wine and, we'll be getting fixed up. And I'm like, how do I look? And I'll strut in front of her. She goes, you know how you look. I'm like, okay, thank you. It's, when you've been with someone long enough, you click in a gear sequence. It's just so natural. And I have that with her.
Yeah, we talked about that before too. My husband's the same way. He's always been so supportive. Every time I'm like, I got some new hairbrain idea. That's why I have red hair, because I'm like, Lucy, I'm trying to have some other new hairbrain idea.
I told you when you first came on, your hair looks nice.
I just did it yesterday. So this is a new color. So new look. I'm thinking this is going to be my signature because whenever I was telling you.
You're sporting it well.
Thank you. Because I was talking to the director, Martin, the one who helped me with my background set here. Yeah. And he told me, he goes, your hair, do something with your hair.
Yeah.
I said, this is my hair. He goes, yeah, you get some style in it.
Yeah. Yeah. You probably had to do it yourself too, didn't you?
My sister, actually, I'm very blessed that my sister, even though, of course, obviously people make different career changes as they go through, as we were talking. So when she was in her 20s, she went to beauty school. So she's a hairdresser, even though she hasn't practiced hairdressing in years. She does my hair, so yeah.
Yeah, well, you can see how my hair is easy to do. I like it. I've been shaving my head for 6 years now. I love it. I used to have longer hair, ponytail, but it was like all the hair you have. Let's just say I decided to take a nap at 3 or 4 o'clock, and I'm planning on going out and eat dinner at 6. And I've already taken a shower that morning. And I don't really feel like taking a shower, and I'm running late. And then try to fix that messy hair, all knotted up, before you leave or go somewhere. And just one day I was just sweaty. It was hot in the summer. I was like, bleh, and it felt so good. I mean, I can grow hair, but I like this.
Yeah. So when you were wrestling, you had the long hair then, right?
For half the probably 6 years I had the hair, 6 years I didn't.
Yeah. So does the hair make you more intimidating, or being bald make you more intimidating as a wrestler?
Bald made me more intimidating, but normally I was always the baby face, which is the good guy. So I had people loving me anyway. It's easy to be a heel, which is the bad guy. But I guess that personality that I have, where I could connect with people outside the ring, made it more prominent for me to be the baby face. And I think that's working with me pretty well for some of the active that's coming along. I got something else going good too. There is another project. When you ever want to start talking about some more of the movie stuff, but like I said, there was so many earlier I forgot. But there's a soap opera deal that I've spoke directly to the person the producer, the person that created and directed and starred in it. So that's coming up too. That's on Amazon Prime. I'm working on that. That's something that I've been offered a part that should be brought to the table pretty soon.
That is so amazing. So let's talk about your projects, because obviously I could sit and talk to you all day long about other things, because you and I do talk and we can, but I want to make sure that people know what you're doing because you are a very busy man, and even though we've had COVID, if anybody's friends with Texas on Facebook, you've seen he's like constantly posting either his videos or what he's doing on sets or like auditions. So give us a little preview and get us going because we are waiting because we're done with the Tiger King and we're ready for some new stuff.
I'm ready too. Well, my big number one goal, I haven't gotten any confirmation on it all, but I'm really trying to get my agent to push real hard to get me in stuff like with Marvel, with Disney, the superhero villain or, good guy, bad guy, it doesn't really matter. But, like the Avengers, stuff like that, I would love to, that is really right up my alley. And, it's also unique how I can say that and then come down to a level like, stuff that's completely a 360, like sitcom soap operas. And I've got a publicist of mine who reached out to the director slash guy produces and writes everything. He's his first name's Sean. I won't say his last name, but it's his deal. It's a great soap opera, and he comes from deep roots in some of the good soap operas like. I can't remember the name of it. Something to do with God. I can't say the name. I just don't know it. It's not that I was holding back, but there's some Young and the Restless. I think maybe
Young and the
stuff
Restless.
like that.
Yeah, because I'm going to be interviewing him.
Yeah. So there's some things that's good. So there's some things that I'm really trying to push myself to be in, and I'm making the proper contacts to get there. And there's so many, like I said, auditions that I've done, submissions, and everything's just kind of like just sitting there smoothly, just waiting. And I think when things kind of pick up, like I've actually got some submission auditions from my agent, from casting directors that just want to see new people because now that they're slowing down, they got time just to kind of look longer. But before, they're always chop, doing stuff, getting things set up and getting the productions going. But now they're sitting back, so they have time. So I've done, several different monologues that I've submitted, like a serious one, done a funny one. Like sometimes I'm this character called Seabass. Seabass loves to fish and eat and drink. And I actually submitted that. It was a really good one. It was that one. We had the serious one, the funny one, and I think that's the good thing about my quality I have. I can change character pretty easily, and hopefully, like I said, when COVID-19 lifts, I'll have some stuff. I got a paperwork over here that thick, full of submissions I've done. So there should be something coming back at me. And once I got into wrestling really good, and so I'm hoping that Hollywood takes me and puts me where I feel like I should be, because I'm very confident I can do it. The level I want to be on is like, where Stallone, Schwarzenegger, Vin Diesel, Dwayne Johnson, those kind of guys. That's my wavelength where I want to be, and I know I can do it.
Well, I think that the ring,
yeah,
gives you that opportunity because you really have to be on all the time, and like you said, you have to switch gears on characters and
yep.
and how you have to interact with people.
Mm-hmm.
That it gives you that opportunity to have that spontaneity and that opportunity to like improv, which is great. And I think that it's you have bigger than life personalities. People who wrestle have bigger than life personalities. Let's just be honest.
Yeah, there's a lot of acting in wrestling. It's physical and drama. There's a lot of matter of fact, it was a lot of people see, for example, like wrestling, you have to come up with something right here like that. Now WWE will write some work for you, but when you have you don't have to create a monologue all on your own or call it off the slide demo. But with Hollywood, you got scripts you can read, in between sets. But with wrestling, you sometimes just got to just come right out. out of your head or out of your butt. Some people will talk stupid stuff, but I remember when I was younger, I used to always have this one that I would do, and it was I thought it was cheesy, and then a lot of people kind of liked it, and I would always go, "Hey, you hawking me?" Well, let me introduce myself. My name's Truck, and I'm a crowd thriller and seat filler. Stuff like that. So I did that one time coming off of a friend of mine flew a private jet. So I drove, it was his motorcycle too at the time I didn't have one. But the promo was really nice. I drove up on a Harley going to an airplane hangar, and it showed me getting up on the plane like I'm getting ready to fly off. And then I cut that promo there, like I'm walking up and I turn around like, "You hawking me?" So, but anyway, I love wrestling. This was going to be my last year. I might have to squeeze off another calendar year to get that real last year of work, because there's been several shows that we can't do.
Yeah, I'm going to ask you. So with wrestling, if you don't have a crowd, if you don't have people in the arena, wherever the venue, do you think you still have that same kind of energy, or do you think it would be harder?
No, the energy comes from the crowd for sure. There's no doubt about it. The more they scream and holler, the higher I get. It's just it's. I've never done drugs, but I always tell people that that must be what it's like, because it just feels amazing when you bust through that curtain. Or sometimes my big MO was coming in on a motorcycle, and I would come in on my bike, and I wouldn't be the main event. There would be people that's making $5,000 just to come wrestle for 2 minutes. These are big star names, and I would get a bigger pop than them because of my showmanship. Was all about the show. I came in on a nice $100,000 bike that was really tricked out, and I'm all tricked out, and you could just, when you cut the bike off, you could just hear the ear piercing screams. There's nothing like it. I mean, it's like, I don't know, it's like eating the best steak you ever put in your mouth and having your back scratched. It itch so bad, just put those together, So, but yeah, I guess with the breath acting, you don't really get that momental feeling like that, but you certainly will see the box office results. You get your pleasure of that intermediate feeling after the fact, where with wrestling it's in fact there. And there's a wrestling organization is really starting to fall apart right now. Speaking of that, a lot of people leaving, a lot of people just, I don't know, it's things are really weird with this COVID-19. I'm hoping everything straightens up. I try to encourage people to to not socialize consistently, and try to maintain the distance from folks. If they got to go somewhere, wear a mask, wash your hands, don't shake hands with people, and try to stay at home. It's not a big deal. I've looked at it as a positive thing, because I'm getting a lot of stuff done that I've been procrastinating with here at my house. A lot of stuff. I've gotten so much done. And then I'm really working on my diet. So when they finally open everything up, I should feel good about myself and have all my stuff done around the house. I've got a ton of auditions waiting, and I've got my house and my yard up to date. So,
yeah. Speaking of which, when I talked to you earlier, you were doing yard work.
mm-hmm.
So did you get it done?
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
No. Mm-mm.
I got 5 acres on the river, and there's always something to do. I can start at point A, and time I get to point B, point A, you got to go back to it again. But I've got a lot of river rock that I'm putting out around some shrubs. And instead of putting mulch, I'll put the river rock down, and you never have to mulch it ever again. The river rock stays there forever. I don't mind maintenance, but I like to make a low maintenance thing out of it. And I got a lot of equipment that I chose to buy a big piece of property because I always wanted it. And now I kind of, I still love it and don't want to get rid of it, but it's a lot of work. I've got a guy that actually works for me full time in the yard, full time. There's that much work. I mean, he works 40, 50 hours a week. And it never gets caught up. So, well, one of the this particular boy I'm talking about, he's actually been homesick for a few days. He went to the doctor, give him the COVID-19 test, but he hasn't gotten the results back yet. It takes a few days.
Yeah.
So I'm out there tomorrow. I'll be doing some weed eating. I'm catching up his slack. But yeah, I tell you now, I love getting on my big Z-Track mower and just getting me a bottle of water or something and just boom. Like this Saturday, I got up at 6:30 in the morning. I normally don't get up that early, but I was really adamant about getting on my tractor early and cutting the grass. It was so beautiful. The sunset. I don't know did you see that on my Facebook?
Yes, I did.
Yeah,
It was beautiful.
that was the sunset off my back. So, but yeah, love working in the yard. I always loved the wrestle. It's coming to an end because I choose to make that career, retire, and then trying to go as hard as I can with the acting. I'm a happy, humble person, and I'm always here to help people. And I don't I've never really, no one's really ever given me anything. I've worked hard for everything I've gotten. People have helped me as far as you come into someone and they help you as far as what a normal person would do. But as far as someone just laying it in my lap, no way, it's never happened. And I feel very fortunate that I've learned the hard way. Some people don't know what hard work is. They do have it handed to them, but not me. And I think people will appreciate what they've the harvest that they've sowed if they've worked hard for it.
That's how I am too. I've always been that way. I think that it does give you that satisfaction to know that you're working hard. And sometimes, like you said, you're looking, you're like, is it gonna happen? Is it gonna happen? But then all of a sudden, like you were just saying, you have so many auditions that you've done that you know that you're gonna be getting something. There's gonna be reward after it. So you just gotta keep going for it. You can't
me or Seabass. Yeah, one of us is gonna get it.
Somebody, and that's like me, you and I talk about it too. It's like I this podcasting is something that I wanted, but I want to eventually I want to do something with comedy. I think I'm a complete kook, so people need to see this.
You should.
I should. I need to sit and talk to you afterwards so you can give me some pointers on how to get started.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'll give you the best route I know. I always have been that way with people. Have you ever been to a social event where someone's drinking and they come up to you and they're like, "Oh man, you got to teach me to get muscles, or you got to show me how to wrestle." I'm like, "Okay, all right."
Yeah.
Call me tomorrow when you're not drinking and let me know if you're still sick. I think I've only had one person in my entire life call me and was that serious. Usually people they're just like this right here. They tell you they want to do something, don't do it. So anytime I'm around someone drinking, I'm just telling them, so look, no offense, but we're drinking. I could sit here and talk to you about all this stuff all night, but I want to socialize with my friends. Here's my number. If you're serious, when you're sober in the morning, give me a call. No offense, this is business. They respect it when you put it across to them that way. Sometimes people will just, ignore folks,
No, I agree, because it's like when you're out socializing, it's like sometimes I think people feel like, oh, it's something they need to just like, that's kind of like social banter, just to like do something or say something, like they feel like they're important. But yeah, like you said, when you take that next step, which makes the difference between somebody who is a doer and a sayer.
Yeah, you got that right. You're right, completely right about that.
Yeah, and you're a doer, and I know that because, like I said, even since I just met you, which has been about 3 months now, we've kind of been conversing back and forth.
Maybe longer than that. I believe it's maybe 5 months.
Yeah, it's been. Yeah, you're right. So it's been.
I think. It might have been 6 months.
We've been, this last 4 months have kind of flown. Yeah, you know what? You're right. It's been a long time. Well, long time, 6 months. But the last four have been like blur.
Yeah, January, I spoke with you in January because I started using that publicist, Steve Joyner, in January. Yeah. And then you were one of the first numbers he gave me. Isn't that nice to hear?
I know.
You deserve to hear that. So.
And you know, we bonded over. We were both happened to be getting our pedicures at the same time.
Did you and I?
Yeah, when I was talking to you one time.
Yeah. I remember now. Yeah, boy, would I love to use one now. God,
And me too. Oh my gosh.
I got to get the chainsaw to my toenails.
Oh my god. It's
I
not gonna
can
be
do
called
it
truck
again.
anymore. It's gonna be called chainsaw toes.
Yeah. I've gotten I take a lot of vitamins. So I'm trying to take care of my body, and I don't know if that's what's doing it. It might be my natural body, but my fingernails, I have to clip them every week. I mean, they're hard as a rock. My sisters always envied my hard nails because they could grow and not break. And when I was a kid, I didn't. A kid doesn't worry about trimming their nails, and they would get long. I mean, they look like they could have been screwdrivers, which I have used them before, turned screws with them.
Don't worry, honey, I got this.
Yeah. But I've had some good luck with stuff like that. My nails are just I had this. Excuse me. Yeah, it's been a long day, but I had this place called 5 Star Nail. They're here in my hometown. Excuse me, and they do. Me and Ann will go there every week, and I mean, I know they miss us because we used to always take good care of them. We treated them good, tipped them good. They actually are good friends, and I used to. God, I love they massaged you so well. Matter of fact, this is how they rolled. Well, like, just say for example, if I was getting a manicure and one was doing my hands, I mean, they would massage you all the way up to your elbows, and then I'll have another one standing behind me massaging my shoulders and my neck.
I'm jealous.
Yeah, I remember one time some lady walked in. She was so cute. She's like, "Wow, honey, you got them all over you." And I said, "That's how I roll." I was messing with it. I was like, "They do that here. It's not special or nothing." And they said, "Yeah, we do $1 an hour." So they do it for $1 an hour. So I'm sorry, $1 a minute. God, that would have been $1 an hour.
I don't say, man, I'll be there all day. I'll give you 10.
Yeah. Here's the advancement. Let me go and get this paid for.
I'll have what he's having.
They used to, wax my eyebrows, so Ann had ordered me a wax kit online. I did it myself. They look pretty good. Ain't too bad.
No, they're good, actually.
I did the first job I did was not bad at all.
I'm impressed. I won't go there.
Yeah. I've been trying to do my nails, do my eyebrows, and it's funny. I can't help but to feel some bit of uncomfortableness talking like that because some men out there are like, oh, but you know what? I know some of the most famous people in the world, do it. All my wrestling friends, like, let's just say, for example, The Rock. He's Dwayne Johnson. He shaves his whole body. I'm sure he gets waxing, because you got to look good to be a performer. You can't just be a grizzly bear. You have to be. And I like to be slick. I shave my whole body up. I get my eyebrows done, pedicures, manicures. If I enjoy it. I really do. Massages, I guess sometimes I go to the barber and straight razor my head. I like to take care of myself. It feels good. Before I go to bed, I put eye cream on. I take good care of myself.
I don't think anybody gets up in the morning and just looks like, okay, I'm coiffed, I look beautiful. We all have to do something, and then especially I think that especially when you're in entertainment, you've got to definitely do that next step. So if, an average person just washes face, moisturizes, yeah, thanks. But somebody who's trying to, become, an actor or can keep their acting career, got to make sure that they have more than just that.
You got to keep the grill real.
Oh my gosh. So I'm so excited about your weight loss. That's really cool. I've talked since I met you, I've lost weight, but now with this coronavirus, I kind of like been staying steady, and I know you and I talked about this before. I got to get the exercise is my nemesis. I love to just get up and dance and move around, but I'm always so busy that I just feel like I don't have time to do as much as I can. But so I know that you say, the weights, everything like that, but is somebody's listening,
Mm-hmm.
I know you've given me tips, but maybe give them to somebody else to kind of help them kind of keep on that track and keep
Not a problem.
focused.
Yeah, and I'll give you real factful advice, from my experience and my whole life learning, and that works. But you got to implement it in your life to make it work. The number one thing is for people that like to lose weight or gain mass, muscle. Both of those two require the same thing off the bat. You have to eat, for a girl, 3 or 4 meals a day; for a guy, 5 or 6 meals a day. You can lose weight and you can gain muscle by doing it, and that's because of the metabolism. If your body is currently constantly eating food, now I'll go into what kind of foods in a minute, but if you're constantly eating quality foods, your body is an inferno. It's going to be burning and working and producing that food. It's going to be burning the fat, and you're going to have a lean muscle, and you're going to lose unwanted body fat. You have to consume less than 50 grams of carbs a day, 10 grams of sugar a day. Both of those, you can't go over that in order for your body to produce weight loss. You have to do it. So low to no carbs, low to no sugar. And the diet is try to go all white, like chicken breast, no skin, turkey breast, lean beef, real lean, no 80% hamburger stuff like that. You got to watch out for the fat, because fat make you fat. Your body's got enough in it already. And then you want to put good fat in your body, like fish oils. You can consume fish oils when you're on a diet. But try to eat. The big thing is a lot of chicken, a whole lot of chicken, and a lot of greens, and a lot of water. Drink about a gallon a day, even for a man or a woman. And in the mornings, you want to wake up and do a fasted cardio. Nothing on your stomach. All you've had, maybe a glass of water. Go out and ride your bike. Go walk. Try to do it for 30 minutes every day. You can skip one day, but do it every day. And then eat, as a woman, 3 to 4, as a man, 5 to 6 meals lean. Eat every 2.5 hours, 2 to 3 hours, somewhere in between there. And not big meals. I'm talking, you need to weigh them, like 6 ounces of chicken, 5. Some days you can have potatoes. If there's a day that you're, just say for some guys, if there's a weak muscle group that you want to really focus on, let's say a guy's wanting to work his legs out and he's diving at the same time. Well, on leg day, he needs to consume maybe 3 times a day, 5 ounces of potatoes. Not pasta, not white rice, not bread. The carbohydrate is the key, but do simple carbs like red potatoes. Add that to his chicken base. Then that will give you a little bit more energy to pump those legs, and the glucose will go straight to the muscle. So, but the big key is to eat right. A lot of people, they're not eating right. And see, for example, like some people have asked me, I've had girls ask me at gatherings, what do I do to lose weight? First of all, I ask them, tell me what you're doing now. And 90% of women will eat one little meal a day thinking that's going to do it. But that's the opposite effect it's going to have on you. If you're eating 10 ounces of almonds a day and drinking water, and you think that's going to work, no, ma'am. Your body is going into starve mode, and your body is storing what fat it has, and it's producing fat cells. And it's just producing it, and you're just getting fatter because you're starving yourself. Now, you can turn to bones, but that's because but you'll still have some fat on your body. You could starve yourself to death, but that's not the route you're going to take. You need to just say, for example, like a woman, I would wake up in the morning and have some egg whites, and you can put some, a couple eggs in there. You can mix the eggs. Eggs are good. I usually blend egg whites and regular eggs, like 3 eggs and a cup of egg whites, and have some spinach and eat that up. 2-3 hours later, 7 ounces of chicken and maybe 5 ounces of veggies. And 3 hours later, do about the same thing. You can put some tuna in there, salmon in there. Your last meal at night, before you go to bed, you want it to usually be like wild Alaskan salmon or beef, like some lean, filet mignon, and then you through the day take some protein drinks with you and work out. It's it's a world. Matter of fact, this is what this means right here. There's only 5% of people in the world that actually achieve what they really want to do in their life, and the other 95% just go with the flow. So it's if it was easy, everybody could do it, but if you want it bad enough, you'll do it. And it's a purpose. It's very difficult to do, but once you start seeing those results, it becomes easy. It really does.
Yeah,
those are facts. Those are facts.
No, I agree, because I know that I was talking to you when you were saying this. He's like, for me, I lost 45 pounds, and it's feeling great. But then this COVID thing came, and then I've been so busy that I found myself eating not as many meals. Like I was doing what you had said, because I was doing the little.
And that worked for you, right?
It worked. I was constantly, my body was just constantly in some kind of burn mode. And I was always trying to at least get 10,000 steps in and trying to dance around the house. And now I'm just like, I gotta get back into it, because I gained a couple pounds, and I said, okay, that's not good. So I've lost that, which is good. but I did it like I was trying to just do it really quick. I've got to get back into that, and I think it was just, I don't know. I just feel like I've not done what I should be doing, which is I was there for a while. I was preparing my meals and bringing them with me to work.
That's good.
But lately I've been like running out the door.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not hungry right now, because I'm thinking I'm not hungry right now. Then I don't eat all day, and then I come home and eat, and then that's wrong, because I only eat one meal.
Yeah, what I recommend for stuff on the go that's really simple and has good quality aspects to it is like boiled eggs. Throw a couple boiled eggs in a bag. Make about 10 of them that week. Take you 2 a day when you walk out the door to a Ziploc bag. Pop them right in your mouth when it's time to eat. Pack of almonds. Maybe some rolled up cheese. Cheese ain't bad for you. Just look at the ingredients on it. Make sure it's not like wine cheese where it's got some sugar in it. You just want plain cheese. But try to stick with proteins. White. Try to stay white. The white proteins. Chicken breast is the best thing. Like, for example, I'm not a pro bodybuilder, and I don't want to be in that lifestyle. But those guys, if you try to implement about 75% of what they do eating, you will succeed. And that's the most toughest regimen. But what I was getting to, those boys, chicken. Matter of fact, I'll tell you what, if you have a Costco near you, they have the best rotisserie chicken.
Yes, they do.
You can't buy it and cook it for the price and how much meat is. I don't know what they give these birds, but
I know.
Delicious. I'll come home and I mean I will cut up all the good white meat out of it, and then the dark meat, which has more fat in it than I want, which is not that bad if you have to eat it. And then I'll keep the, I'll just rip that bird off. There'll be nothing but just bones, because I'll give the fat and the dark meat to the doggies. Well, one doggy now. And I just lost my girl. I had her 11 years. You remember seeing it on Facebook, Roxy?
Yeah, I had a Roxy. I remember I said I wish you well. Right. Yeah.
And but yeah, they were fed good, and I would buy 2 or 3 birds at one time, and they're delicious. God, I'm thinking about it now. It's making me hungry.
I know, they're only like $5 or $6 too, which is amazing. And it's like, I don't know what they can do and how they can do that, but there's a line. There's always a line.
Always.
When that hot chicken comes out, everyone's waiting to grab.
They actually put a limit 1 on them when the COVID-19 really went into effect hard the first week of April. You could only buy 1 chicken. I was really disappointed.
That's one meal. One meal, people. I know. Yeah. I know, because I did a lot of the like almonds, the chicken, the low fat cheese. Those are things I did, and I got to get back into. But here's what I'm gonna tell you. You have motivated me, not just about the weight loss, but the 5%. I want to get one of those hats, because I want to be in that 5%.
Okay.
I want to do. It's time. It's time. I don't know about you,
I'll
but
send you the link.
Okay, definitely. But I'll tell you, it's like I raised my family, and I love my family, and I'm very blessed, but it's my turn now. And to do something that I want to do, which is this creative thing.
Make yourself happy. You deserve it. Your body deserves it. A lot of times there's another good focus point you can do. Right before you think of eating something that's really bad, you can cheat sometimes. Like I said, we're not competitive bodybuilders, so you can cheat sometimes. But just remember, treat your body like, do I really want to put that crap in me? Do I love myself enough? Do I really want to go to Burger King and eat a Whopper? Do I really want to do that myself? Now, sometimes I'd like to have a Whopper, but not 3 times a week. It's not going to work out for you. If you want a Whopper, I don't see anything wrong with having one a week. But, and some people, there's certain things that is hard on them where it's not on others. My hardship is soft drinks. I love Mountain Dew and Coke. I mean, I could drink, especially when I'm eating, the thirst quenching feeling when I could literally drink almost a 2-liter while I'm sitting down eating, and that is no joke. Easily, just glug, 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 and my stomach will be so bloated, and I will be so miserable. And once I started seeing a lot of results with water, because I've tried a lot of the artificial sweeteners, and that was another reaction I had. Artificial sweeteners give me gas, and I didn't like gas because it was a lot. So I just started.
And didn't like it.
She didn't like it either. She threw it out. She didn't give it to nobody. She's like, it's going in the garbage. But there's like Crystal Light. I've got a bodybuilding coach. He's like, ooh, he goes, man. He goes, I know what you mean. It just can really, there's something in the artificial sugar that they make give you a lot of gas, and burp as well. But so I just, so from time to time, I'll have me a Coke or a Mountain Dew, and I'll have the cheat day. Like Sunday, I had chicken and dumplings, and I eat a lot of them. And made them homemade. She made one of my favorite dishes for Mother's Day. Isn't that sweet?
She's sweet. She's sweet. We love Ann.
She's a good lady. Hey, is my dinner ready?
Well, my nemesis is coffee. I love coffee, but I put a lot of cream, and so I've learned that almond milk.
I put that in my protein drinks. I substitute instead of milk sometimes, and I put egg whites and almond milk. Yeah, and you can get sugar-free almond milk too.
That's what I've been using.
You don't know the difference if you're mixing it with anything.
Yeah,
you just get that little thick edge.
That's what I do. I put that in my smoothies. I put it, because it makes it taste better. Because I realized that, because I'm there for a while, I was drinking a lot of coffee again, because, like I'm wired because I got so many things going on. And then I was drinking the cream again. And even though it was sugar-free cream, I was like, you know what? I started gaining weight. I'm like, I'm not really eating anything different. I'm not eating a lot of junk because I really don't like a lot of junk anymore. In fact, like you said, I find myself, if I even think about like laying down with fries or something that I used to like, I feel like I can remind myself how I felt like I was a ton.
Very guilty.
Yeah, and I felt like just sluggish. So, but then I realized it's the cream. So I started going back to the almond cream, and I've lost that weight again, and it's because of the almond cream. Sometimes
you got to journey and figure it out yourself. You really do, and I see you're striveful in learning that for yourself. Some people they have no clue what it is, and they just think in their minds, because they're not talking to the right person that can lead them to the water. They're like, they just keep doing it. So, but speaking of eating and drinking, I'm getting hungry. I'm gonna have to get going here pretty soon.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. So, go ahead and tell our listeners where they can find the Texas Cheney.
Yes,
and we can go from there. And then I'm going to try to put this together really quick. And I'm learning how to edit video.
Okay. Good, great.
Hopefully be soon. So give me some, and then send me some stills or things like that you want to put in the video, or at least on my promo when I'm doing this.
Okay, yeah, I can send you some stuff. How would you like for me to send them to you?
I do send it via email.
Okay.
Yeah, email? We'll talk after. Yeah, we'll talk after.
Okay. Yeah, if everybody wants to find me, they can view me on my website at www.texascheney.com. That's TEXAS Cheney. Again, that's www.texascheney.com. It's really simple. www.texascheney.com. It has enough on there for anybody to kind of get an idea of what I'm doing. It's professional setup, so it's also got if you need to contact me, it's got a contact blog there. You can always hit me up.
Well, thank you so much, Texas. It's always a pleasure having you on, and it's always a pleasure just talking to you. Now, don't forget, when all this COVID is supposed to be done, I'm supposed to be coming to North Carolina.
Okay, yeah, okay.
And my husband and I, and we're going to come, and we're going to drink wine with you and Ann, and we're going to have
that's the deal. That is the deal.
With water.
We'll have some water the next day.
Yeah, we'll drink a lot of water too. All right, so as always, you're listening to One Non-Blonde, and I am your host, Kim, and thank you so much for joining us. And as always, stay real.
Thank you, Kim.